Well, hello there. Welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Ta. Before we go any further, I just want to let you know, deep down my heart, I hate this fucking thing, okay? I can't breathe in it. People cannot see my face in it. I cannot interact. And it hurts my ears and my face. And I hate to smell my own breath. So I'm going to take it off. Whew. So this is how we're supposed to live. We're supposed to see each other's face. We're supposed to interact with each other and look at each other's eyes when we talk. You know, you can read lips, and this is how human-to-human interaction has been. But now it's been hijacked by this freaking thing, a piece of cloth that is now no longer a medical issue and again turned into a political issue and has been sensationalized and by the media and also by the political parties. So now this is at the center of all the battles now in the COVID-19 war rather. So I just want to make this video and I want to go through some of the medical facts about wearing masks, the pros and the cons, and why people should wear masks and when people should not wear masks, and cut through a layer of misinformation out there perpetuated by our beloved media they're not helping. They're just making things much, much worse. So what I have in my hand is a respirator KN90 mask made by 3M. Okay, so this is a renowned company, and the KN90 mask, this mask here, supposed to filter out about 90% of particles. Now, when I say particles, what are the size of the particles that this mask can filter out? If you look at the studies and you look at the videos I did back in January, I did mention some of these. It filters out the particles roughly the size of 0.3 microns and above. Okay, and here is a link down there for those of you who don't know what a micron is, and there is an equivalence of the microns versus the nanometers versus meters, so you have an idea of the measurement of the particles. I have another one here, which is also an N95. This one is an N95, okay? It looks like, I don't know, it looks like half a bra, I guess, but it is an N95, and it's supposed to filter out 95% of all particles that go through this filter that are about 0.3 microns or bigger, not smaller. And then there's another one here. This one is made in China. Well, they're all made in China. This is an KN95, supposedly filter out 95% of all particles that go through this filter, okay? I actually wear this one at work, some of it. And I have in my hand here, which is a surgical mask. And this mask filter out odor, okay? This is what the nail technician wear in the nail salon. This is what the dentists wear when they check your cavities and clean your teeth. These filters particles roughly the size of 5 microns and above, okay? So very, very loose, and it doesn't filter much. Now, what is the size of the coronavirus? Okay, does anybody know? Does anybody remember? I actually said this back in the January video. The size of the coronavirus, Corona 2 virus, is actually 100 nanometers. 100 nanometers, which is equivalent to 0.1 micron. So the tightest of the N95 filters 0.3 and above. This thing filters 5 microns and above, and the size of the virus is 0.1. You know what it means? It means the virus can go through this mask and can go through 5 of these, okay? You can put 2, 3, 4, 5 of these on, the virus is still gonna go through it. You know what that means? It means that these masks, okay, these masks here, they do not protect you against the infection of the virus hitting your face. So if somebody has coronavirus, COVID-19, and they cough in your face within a distance of 1 meter, okay, these masks won't protect you. It's going to go through it. So you will catch the coronavirus. They did the study with the flu virus, with influenza, and it didn't work for influenza either, okay? The influenza virus, if patient cough in your face, you're gonna get the virus. So here is the difference where these masks will make a difference. If I am infected with COVID-19 and I cough and I sneeze and I talk, I spill out these little droplets. Right now, I'm spilling out these droplets in the air. If I'm infected with COVID-19 and I put this mask on, or I put this mask on, or I put a cloth on, I put something on to cover my face, I would limit the transmission of that droplets further away. In fact, I stop it right there. You stop 90% of droplets if you have a barrier on your face if you're infected. What does it mean? It means that these masks don't protect you against getting the coronavirus, but it protects you from transmitting the coronavirus to a certain degree. It doesn't protect 100%. So those are the scientific data, okay? Now, that's not what you're getting from the media. The media is telling you that wearing this mask here, and by the way, the media tells you not to wear an N95, okay? The media tells you to wear a cloth or a surgical mask on when you get out of your house to prevent you from getting COVID-19, which is not true. It is not true. But again, who really needs to wear this mask? Who are the ones that really need to walk outside and wear this mask? If you have the slightest symptoms of cough, of a sore throat, of not feeling well, you should put on this mask. You should wash your hands before you get out of your house. Before you get out of your car, you should sanitize your hand. And when you go to the grocery store, you should sanitize your hands again. You wear this mask not to protect you, but protect other people from getting your germs. That's what these masks are. And then there's a bunch of people who will go on here, spill their political hatred out, say, it is my constitutional right not to wear this mask. Yeah, you're right. There is nowhere written in the Constitution of the United States that say you have to wear this mask. This mask has nothing to do with your constitutional right. This mask has to do with your public safety. Public safety. You put this mask on as a public safety measure just in case you have the virus. You will not infect another human being within a meter or a meter and a half, 6 feet. By the way, when somebody coughs, I'm not talking about sneeze, I'm talking about cough. How fast do you think those particles are transmitted? Actually, here's the video from the New England Journal of Medicine, okay? I'm gonna attach it on here so you can see. The speed of the cough is about 8 meters per second, okay? And you can transmit the droplet as far as 8 feet. So you can transmit the droplets from you when you cough or sneeze up to 8 feet. When you sneeze, the speed goes faster and more aggressive. So when you cough or sneeze, you can propel the droplets out. And these masks help as a barrier to stop those transmission of droplets. There are people who go, listen, I'm negative for coronavirus. I'm not going to wear this mask. And it is my constitutional right as a citizen of this country that I don't have to wear what the government tells me to wear. It's true. It's true. Nobody can force you to wear a mask. So now you're going to see all kinds of videos, people getting tackled in grocery store, beaten up because they don't wear a mask. It is a political matter now. No, it's no longer a medical matter. So at the end of the day, who should really wear the mask? People who have the slightest symptoms, or they think they have COVID infection, that they should wear a mask. There are people who suffer from COPD, suffer from asthma, suffer from claustrophobia, and they cannot wear these masks because these masks would make them breathe harder. And in my clinic, I did a test 2 days ago. I was wearing this mask, and then I was wearing this KN95 mask. And I had a pulse oximeter on my hand. When I was wearing the surgical mask, my oxygen level stayed 98% and my heart rate was in the 70s. I had no difficulty with the surgical mask. But when I was wearing a KN95, in fact, I had a surgical one and a KN95 on because I was seeing patients. After 10 minutes, I got out of the room. I took my pulse ox. It was 93%, 92 to 93%. And my heart rate was actually close to 100. And I actually felt dizzy. I actually felt lightheaded because I had both the masks on. And I have to. I had a face shield outside of this mask because I'm seeing patients that potentially can be infected with COVID. So there is the recommendation for the mask. And by the way, the WHO did a study, released an article not too long ago stating that asymptomatic COVID patients rarely transmit coronavirus. 48 hours later, they retracted the story because they go, now we're not sure exactly if you can transmit the virus or not. Well, think about it. If you have no symptoms whatsoever, if you're not coughing, if you're not sneezing, if you're not having shortness of breath, you have no symptoms. You just breathe normal at 12 respiration per minute. It is very hard for you to transmit the virus unless you kiss somebody or you breathe down somebody's throat. You have to be in close contact with that human being in order for you to transmit the virus. If you're completely asymptomatic, it makes it harder to transmit. And there are people out there who simply cannot wear a mask. Either they have significant asthma, they have COPD, or they have claustrophobia. So those people, they can walk around and they would not put a mask on. Does it mean that you are really going to tackle those people and push them on the ground and beat them up and handcuff them? Come on. Come on. Yeah, there's a limit to how extreme we can go with our political correctness. So I know I'm going to get attacked for this video, but I'm just telling you the medical facts, okay? I would never let politics interfere with my delivery of message, and I would never let politics interfere with my care of patients. So how do you put a mask on the correct way? And how do you take it off the correct way? And what should you do when you have the mask on? It is unbelievable how many times in my clinic where I have the patient right in front of me and they have the mask on, and how many times they play with that mask. They keep juggling it around, they keep correcting the mask, they keep touching the middle of the mask, and they think somehow they're protected. They're not. So as soon as you touch the mask with your fingers are presumed to be infected, okay? Especially if you're walking around the grocery store, you're walking outside with a bunch of people, assume that the particles in the air and you're wearing the mask, you have those particles, the viral particle on your mask. So as soon as you touch them, your fingers are infected. So it's very important. I'm going to show you how to put this surgical mask on correctly, okay? So the surgical masks are pretty standard. They look the same across the brand, and don't worry about it. They're all made in China, so they're all the same thing. So you see up here, okay, it has a metal bar in there. And the lower part, the south part, has no metal. This one has a little piece of metal in there. It has a little almost like a needle shaped metal in there. That's supposed to go on your nose. So the way you put it on with the ear loops, this is a clean mask, by the way. You take it out, you put it on your face, hold the ear back, go above the ridge of your nose and press into the nose so that piece of metal will take the form of your nose. Now, if you wear glasses like I do, then you can move the mask up a little bit higher and put the glasses outside, and you press down a little bit. Now your glasses won't fog up. Okay? Fog up. F-O-G. Now, it's unbelievable when I sit like this with a patient, and as they talk, the mask goes down, and they keep pushing it, they keep playing with it, they keep doing this. The moment you do that, the viral particles on your hands. So technically your hands are infected, okay? And if you touch somebody with this hand, or you touch an object with this hand, you can infect that object with your hand. So the way you manipulate your mask is not to touch the center of the mask. Never, ever touch the center of the mask. You can adjust them by the top and the bottom like so. But the trick is, you see this earlobe here? In order for these ear loops and the tension not to pull on your ear, you move this ear loop up a little bit slighter, just like so. You push it up a little bit. So this is more loose and this is more tension. So what happened is it would not pull on your ear as hard. And when you talk, it doesn't move your mask up or down. And if you have to adjust your mask, do it this way. Do not do it like this. This is what you see. This is what you see. As soon as you do that, it becomes useless. So you put this mask on, and when you don't need it anymore, you do not touch it by removing in the middle. I've seen people who just basically grab the middle and just take the mask out. That is the wrong technique. So what you want to do is you take the ear loop out with one finger and you throw it away. Then you wash your hands for 20 seconds with soap and water up to your wrist, including the thumbs, including the spaces in your thumbs. Okay? That is the correct way to put the mask on. Take the mask off. Do not play with your mask, especially in the middle, because that is where the most infected part is. And as soon as your mask is moist, because of your breathing, because of your saliva when you talk, you got to throw it away. As soon as you take off your mask, this mask is now infected. If you manipulate this mask, you can get your hands infected. So you're not supposed to put this mask back on as soon as you take it off. So these are the important points. Otherwise, these masks become a vector of transmission of virus. They don't help to protect you. They will harm you, and you will infect other people. Remember, these masks do not protect you against getting coronavirus. They protect you from spreading the virus. Okay? So this is a brief review about masks, and I hope it helps a little bit to debunk some of the myth. And I hope you guys will find this video helpful, and see you guys next time. Stay safe.